Hi, it's Alex from You Should Craft, and today I'll show you how to make this crocheted braid like I used in the Braids and Twists blanket. In the blanket, I used a 24mm crochet hook and 2 strands of super chunky yarn, but for this I'm just going to use regular worsted weight yarn and my H 5mm crochet hook, just to kind of demonstrate how to use this chain or braid, but you can use any hook and any yarn for any project that would need like a little extra texture or any kind of braid in it. Again, I'm just using worsted weight yarn and my H 5mm crochet hook, but you can use whatever suits your needs. I've already started by crocheting my first row. I just crocheted 10 double crochets, but this pattern is really flexible, so you could actually use any base stitch. You just might need to mess around with the number of chains that you put in your braid to make sure that they'll reach the next row adequately. But so I'm going to chain 2 and I'll count that as my first double crochet. So right now I've crocheted 5 double crochets, my chain 2 and then 4 more. And for the very first loop of my braid, I'm going to chain 9. You might want to chain more or less depending on the tension of your chains. But so I have chained 9, and then I'll join to that first chain with a slip stitch, tighten it up, and then I'll yarn over to just keep double crocheting across my row. So I'll have 5 double crochets on each side of my chained loop. Oop. So here's the first 2 rows of my project. Just 2 rows of double crochet with this weird loop in the middle. And then for the next row you're going to chain 2 and then just double crochet all the way across, making sure that you get all of the stitches. These stitches in here by the loop, sometimes it's easy to miss them because of just the loop gets in your way a little bit. So here's your 3 rows. We have the weird loop and then just 3 rows of straight double crochets. So again, I'm chaining 2 and counting that as my first double crochet. So now I have my 5 double crochets that'll go to the right of my loop, and I'll go ahead and get my loop started again. So again, I'm chaining 9, And then once you have your 9, you'll join to the first chain with a slip stitch, yarn over, and then just continue double crocheting across. So if you flip your project over, you now have 2 weird loops on the front, and you'll just continue this pattern of making every other row have a loop, and then when you're all the way done, you'll loop them together to form your braid. So you'll put the first loop through the one that comes after it, and then just loop it down. And how you attach this depends on what kind of project you're doing. For the Braids and Twists blanket, I was crocheting a border all the way around, so I just looped these first, and then when I crocheted my border, I just came around and I did 1 border stitch and made sure that it stuck on the chain to keep it down. You could totally do the loops in the other direction too. So have them going up this way, and then I've seen this top one used like as a button loop, so it would actually not be sewn down and it would just help you connect the button. So what you do with this stitch is totally up to you. But that's it. So thank you for watching.